Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Guided by Jesus here with part 2 of how to win in Clash Royale. For part 2, I want to focus on deck building. The reason I am choosing to do this early in the series is because before you even start the match, you first need to have chosen the deck you will use. If your deck is not good, no matter how well you may play, it will likely not get you very far. The possibilities in building a good deck are endless. That's what makes this game so fun. If you would like to spare yourself from the hassle of figuring out good decks, subscribe to my channel because I will often post videos of a variety of decks that are proven to be strong. If you are the kind of player that likes to experiment and discover things on your own, I will now give you some key components to keep in mind for building a strong deck. To begin, I want to recommend you build a deck around your strongest cards. For instance, if you have a level 5 rare while your other rares are level 3, it is probably the best to use that level 5 rare in your deck. Unless you absolutely dislike it and it happens to be one of those cards that are proven to be useless in the game. Make sure to balance your deck. Do not have only high elixir cost cards or only offensive cards and vice versa. Make sure you also have low cost cards that will allow you to gain elixir advantage over your opponent, and most of these elixir advantages are gained in defense. This is important because after gaining that advantage, you will be able to build a strong combo that your opponent will have a hard time to defend against. We will approach how to gain elixir advantage effectively in the future videos in this series. Have at least one offensive card that has considerable amount of health. One of the most commonly used methods of building a strong combo is to use a unit to act as a tank for the support units. Tanks are troops with high enough health points that distract the enemy's tower, defensive buildings, and or troops long enough so your support troops can kill the enemy's troops and deal damage to the enemy's tower. Make sure to have at least one direct damage spell card. Commonly used spell cards are Arrows or Zap and Fireball. These can be extremely helpful against hordes or when your opponent has put together a very strong combo and you see an opportunity to hit all of his troops, tower, and defensive buildings. They can also win you matches when time is running out and you see an opportunity to strike the enemy's tower if it is weak enough. Try to have at least 2 splash damage dealing cards. A lot of players will wait for you to use your splash damage card so that they may use a horde against you and try to catch you off guard. Having a second splash damage card would allow you to counter their horde effectively. One of these cards can be the direct damage spell card. Other good examples of splash damage cards are the Valkyrie, Baby Dragon, Wizard, and etc. For guaranteed success, I recommend you to stay away from cards that are proven to be less successful in the game and use those that are popular. There is a reason some are unpopular while others are very popular. Since there are frequent updates and Supercell often nerfs and buffs cards to balance the game, the list of unpopular and popular cards often change. I will keep you guys updated as these changes are made. For now, some of the least successful cards are Tesla, Mortar, Mirror, Tombstone, and Furnace. Keep in mind that it is not impossible to make strong decks with these cards, just less likely. The most popular ones at the moment are the Zap, Elixir Collector, Barbarians, Hog Rider, Fireball, and Goblins. Not necessarily all in the same deck, but most strong decks make use of some of the mentioned cards. I strongly recommend that you have at least one defensive building in your deck. If your building does splash damage, use it to counter hordes from the opponent. If it is a point defense, in other words, a defense that only targets one unit at a time, use it to target strong units like Golem, Giant, P.E.K.K.A, or etc. Make sure not to only use troops that act on the same areas of the arena. You do not want all of your troops to be bunched up. That would just be inviting your opponents to use a splash damage dealing card and completely wipe out your entire combo with ease. Try to spread out your troops as much as possible, but in a way that they still support each other. So these were some of the basic things to keep in mind when building a strong deck. I hope this video really helped you guys, and if it did, be sure to hit the like button and leave your comment on the comment section. Most importantly, subscribe for more Clash Royale content.